Let me tweet out the stream.
Ooh, and we can see the chat. That's so cool.
Yeah, isn't that freaky?
That's cool. Oh, wait, wait.
Oh, no, it's probably
because it comes up when it's new. Gotcha. Well, I saw that Honey Dropped the Unicorn was first.
Oh, hey, Megan.
And there's Megan.
We're on my iPad.
Ooh, excuse me.
There's Kuyo. It's all chill. Oh, I love it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We're adorable.
I regret the selfie picture already.
But it's fun.
Don't lie.
She
happy. Looks nice. She looks adorable. But I got me being a goof. I'm not lying. I tell nothing but the truth. Vin Diesel's Pacifier Disney movie? Yeah, I remember that one.
I remember Pacifier.
Yeah.
I liked that movie.
It was alright. It was a good movie.
I thought it was nice and wholesome.
It was very wholesome. Yes.
I put $sign. I was going to put $Weedy Bell.
Yes, Weedy Bell. That's my new name. It doesn't have either part of my name. I'm now Weedy Bell, which has no part of my original OC name in it whatsoever.
Oh my God, hold on, I'm messing things up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Tooth Fairy, yeah. I didn't see it. That's the best kind of stuff.
Louie, I'm putting you in the tweet, just so you know.
How long does recording my TF2 take for me? Once I get situated, it doesn't take too long. It's usually getting, my equipment and having everything else shut up. That's usually the hardest part. Once I actually get behind the mic, it usually doesn't take me too long.
I actually
20 minutes usually.
I was gonna say that I accidentally put in Squeedy Bell.
Squeedy Bell. Oh my goodness. That's again neither of which is part of my.
I know my typos are bad. I'm really bad at typing. Where the heck am I? Oh yes, I'm putting it on my Discord server.
Well, you're here, and that's what matters.
The crowd loves you. They'll know you were here. They know you. I just did a whole bunch of chores. You know how my Saturday is. Oh, I watched Mao Mao, the Heroes of Pure Heart. I'm totally caught up. God, the show is so freaking good. I love that show. I think I saw the episodes that we were on. Oh, shoot. I wish I'd counted them. Because we left off on... I mean, we did the one where they were in the house, in the house with the people living under the couch. So, you're not that many behind, but it might take us a night or two to get you caught up. But you know me, I just watched the whole thing right now. So, well, that might not take us that long, but there's some great episodes in there. A lot of my boy, Orango Snake. He's great. I love him.
Okay.
Which is the purest thing about it. They're just two friends, two bros, giving a giant bro hug and then just fighting together. It's weird, but it's awesome.
It says there's some sort of audio connection problems. Not like there's much we can do about that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're on an iPad right now. I don't know how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All we can do is, throw it against the wall until it works. And oh, that's cute. And then that will break the whole thing. So,
I love this iPad. Don't break it. I draw on it. I drew last night. It's you punching the screen.
I do not trust your credentials, sir.
I do not either, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry, baby.
Your lacquer?
Locker.
Oh, locker.
He can't talk.
Oh, okay.
Did I feed my fish?
Mm.
He needs his treats is what he needs. He needs bloodworms. I'll give him those later. I fed him earlier when I was organizing my stuffed animals, which I gotta show the stream. There's even more now. Oh, yes, we need 2 more to make it an even 50.
Basically no longer room on this bed for you, Brownie. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
She's made her...
Yeah, Knife tried to get up in this business, and he was like, I don't know, family ain't room for me. She got kind of pissed, too. She was like, I can't believe you did this. As it is, I'm pretty sure she hasn't come here in a while. My cat's British. I wonder if you guys knew that.
She's British? Okay.
Oh my god.
Explain, well, no.
What chat am I in?
I'm Ask Chat, but it's the Ring of Friendship.
I know, but did you see all these hashtags?
Yeah, I'm part of a Ring of Friendship, and part of me is like, I don't even know what it is. I don't even fully recall joining it, and like, I don't know what it is, so I'm never in there. There's a lot of people who are in there.
Do they have a temple in here?
I don't know. I think they have everything.
They have a temple in here.
I don't know. I don't know how these things
I found the live stream channel. That's what I was looking for.
That's what matters.
Shameless plug. Plug. Hey guys, look who's back. Twilight Plarple. Oh my god.
Plarple.
Look at these eyes.
And her eye. Oh dear me.
Yeah, I gotta glue these back on.
We need more glue on that situation.
Yeah, we get on that situation. But, you know, she still's got her bowl cut. We're gonna try and get further on her mane. Working on her mane. She'll have a nice mane. Yes, here's what we work. Single crochet across, chain 30, turn. Okay, that's where we are. That's simple enough. I'm good at that.
She's very good at all this crocheting stuff.
Yeah, I do my best.
Hence why I rage quit pretty early on. I'm like, shit. Who knew that not doing it for 10 years meant you suck?
It's really difficult to start, I'll give you that. Like, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I needed a room full of nice old grannies to show me how.
There you go.
And one day I will find another room with nice grannies in it. Maybe I'll become one of those grannies that you just magically find in community college.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it happens. I've crocheted quite a few of these things.
Yeah, someone's like, oh, it's even... I remember someone responded to your tweet of like, oh, it's even worse when you can make them. And I'm like, I think a good chunk of those were made by Heather, so yeah.
It's this quarter. Like, I made this Fluttershy, this Swan, that Dr. Wolf, whatever the fuck that is. I made King Sombra. I made this Pyro from Team Fortress 2. I think I made him on stream.
That's hilarious. I love that.
It's lovely, but more than half of them are bought. Like, these days, I try to be a little more controlled and be like, if I can and I can make it myself and I want it that badly, I'll make it myself. But, you know, I buy it anyway. Fair enough. But this one was for my first boyfriend. Hi. Oh, yeah, and I made this Triceratops.
Oh, yes. I remember that saving me in the, during my nephew's birthday party. There was like a, what are they called? Treasure hunt, I guess, or something like that. Scavenger hunt, thank you. And yeah, they're like, you find a dinosaur. And I'm like, I don't have a dinosaur. And then I was like, wait, do dragons count? And my sister's like, yeah, dragons count. So I went to Heather. I'm like, Heather, I need to borrow Toothless. I need a dinosaur. My sister's like, dragons count.
Would you like an actual
Yeah, she's like, you want a real dinosaur? Yeah, I'll take a real dinosaur.
And I bet they're like, you cheated. I bet she made that right now just for you. And she's like, yes. Heather made an entire Triceratops.
In like 3 seconds.
She's that good.
Well, no, actually, honestly, like, the thing with my nephew's birthday party is that my dad and I were invited to it, and everybody else in that party had children. So a lot of the things that we were meant to scavenge for were things that kids would have. And we're sitting there going, like one of the first things, like, show me a car. And I'm like, do you want me to like go outside and show you my actual car? It's like, oh,
I could have showed you my General Grievous car.
There you go. You know, there were just a lot of things. I'm like, and then she's like, find something from Nick Jr. And I'm like,
Oh, now Nick Jr.'s hard. I was about to say, I have everything a child would have.
Except Nick Jr. Yeah, no.
Nick Jr.
Nick Jr. I was like, what about regular old Nickelodeon? Because I think I've got some Avatar Last Airbender stuff. Does that count?
You're not winning the scavenger.
Yeah, no, I did not win. I'm not hip with the kids, at least not those kids.
I'm apparently very hip. My teenage nephew still talks to me.
Well, the teenage nephew, yeah.
Oh, and he's a teenager too.
Haha, hilarious. Looks like, well, Buck and Five's having connection problems. I don't know how many other people are.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll.
It's because you left, Louis. Where's what?
Did Brandon come in the chat at some point?
Oh.
I don't know. He's been around. You know him. He just prefers one-on-one stuff. Like, I've been texting him here and there. Because I found memes that made me think about him. I think one of the memes you sent me, I was just like, Brandon needs to see this. And he was just like, kick ass. It was that that zombie puppet you showed me. Because he's into animatronics like I am. So he was like, oh man, like the puppet's so cool. I want it. And I'm like, me too.
I saw someone much earlier ask me about my shirt. I got it because there was going to be a superhero day at my work, right? And one of my coworkers asked me. She's like, "Well, Richard told me that like Dragon Ball, like Goku wouldn't count as a superhero," and I'm like, "Screw that! He totally counts as a superhero." And so, in solidarity with her, I was like, "You wear your Goku stuff." And I'm like, I'm going to find Sailor Moon stuff, and I'm going to wear that. So I went to Hot Topic, and this was the only Sailor Moon thing I found. I'm like, fine, that works. It's like, in solidarity, I have to do anime stuff with her, because anime counts as superheroes.
Dude, I just discovered the world on Etsy of Sailor Moon card charms, and they are delightful. They are so freaking magical looking. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd be able to try with them there. I have like fuzzy dice in my card because that's a classic. Mm-hmm. Just some red and black fuzzy dice.
I have what is technically a air freshener, but is a Harry Potter, and it's a kitty.
Oh yeah, it's the kitty. I had something Harry Potter to show you, but I don't remember what it was. No.
Can I do my best impression of Heather? But she's right here.
We kind of sound the same. Have you ever listened to recordings of our voices? Not really. They're very similar.
I don't. Really? I can see like it would be hard for me to, I think, mimic your voice. We're close enough for that it'd be hard for me to like, be like, oh, this is Heather. I'd sound very similar to myself. I'd be able to distinguish between the two of us if it was like just audio. But
we kind of have that same range, though.
We have the same range. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yes, we have the same range.
I remember though listening to recordings you'd sent me for that Jack and Sally video and listen to it and be like, you kind of sound like me. It was funny when she said Miss Sweetie. I thought she said Mr. Sweetie, and I was just like, wait,
what?
That's not Mr.
Have we ever collabed on a video before? We just answered that question. Yes, the Jack and Sally one.
And I think I've had you in other videos.
Yeah, I think there are
as just others. Like a cameo. Like I think one time I gave you mange. It was fun.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'll bring you to Las Pegasus next time.
Mm-hmm. Christmas shoes.
How's that sound?
The song.
That's a song.
Oh, you've never heard Christmas shoes. Oh, you poor innocent soul. I won't break you.
Good.
I mean, a bit. More confidence, that's for sure.
You gotta get a sweetie, and you gotta give her some balls.
So you're like, what is it? Is that 34 or?
I think 34 is the porn one.
Okay, so is it 60?
69.
That would make sense, but no.
No.
It's true. It is age appropriate.
Hey, I said it was not. I said this stream was not for kids on the settings.
Mm-hmm. Age appropriate is 13 and up, so we're fine.
Imagine a Sweetie and Heather fusion dance, like in Steven Universe.
I would totally mess it up. Yeah, see, she can dance. I can't.
No, we dance like white people.
Oh no, not the white people.
No, we're gonna do the show.
Do like this.
Do the hustle.
Yeah, do the hustle.
We just like fall into each other.
Yeah.
Fuse into something from the 80s.
Oh dear God, no.
I have stories to tell you guys because I was laughing a few times because this thing I remember when I was a kid. Like, you guys are like, because I was at my cousin's house and they live in Southgate. Well, and that's like on the border of LA, so not great neighborhood. So, and of course, kids being kids, I'd play with my cousins in the streets till like late at night. And you know, and like instead of trying to reason with the child and be like, you can't stay out too late because it's the rules, because you gotta go to bed, because it's dangerous. Parents will tell you like, oh, a giant monster will get you if you stay out too late.
Right.
Well, what they would tell me, my cousin's mom, my aunt, she would tell me, it's like, guys, you better not stay out too late or the cuckoo's gonna come get you. And I'm like, what's the cuckoo? And my child brain didn't quite comprehend what the frick the cuckoo is. So when I tried to envision in my brain, I envisioned it as a giant Cheeto. Like, not even a Cheeto puff. I love Cheeto puffs, but like, imagine a Cheeto on Veggie Tales. Like, no face though. A Cheeto that's able to just like exist like that. And I was just like, I wasn't scared of it, but I was just like,
I'm scared of it.
I don't want to meet it, but like, I wasn't scared, but I just like, I don't want to meet the I'm sorry, it's so funny. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just thought of a giant. I just thought of a giant Cheeto. Okay. I don't know why. My brain just decided what it was. Like my child's brain is like, sounds like a giant Cheeto.
Okay. You concern me greatly.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't even know what, like, is Kakui a thing?
I have no idea, but I doubt it's a giant Cheeto.
And to this day, I will not eat regular Cheetos.
Okay.
Not the giant Cheeto.
Yeah, I have questions myself, but continue, Veronica. I don't think so.
That's a title, but no. I have not.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, everyone's watched that.
Yeah.
Get that leggy lamp.
Right? How dare you, Louie?
Louie!
How dare.
Is it a white people thing?
Well, it's a pretty white people thing, in the sense that the movie is very. It's a white people like it's very 50s or something.
White culture.
White culture, very white culture in it. But I still consider it a staple of Christmas.
Get me a giant.
I never owned the film, but it was on TV enough where I saw it.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's true with a lot of Christmas films. Actually, very few of them did we actually own.
I think we had like the box set of all those stop motion, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Little Drummer Boy, and the Santa Claus origin story or something.
Oh, yeah, we didn't own any of those. The Santa Claus origin story we owned was Nicholas, the boy who became Santa, which was the life story of Saint Nicholas of Myra, who's the origin of Santa Claus. And that was the origin story we were told, and all of your secular nonsense is just wrong.
Cool. He's not that Santa Claus you see drinking a Coca-Cola on TV, kids.
No, but I broke my dad about that. Like, my dad was, like, he told me when I was a kid, the reason that Santa Claus was dressed in red and white is because St. Nicholas was a cardinal. Or no, he was a bishop, excuse me. He was a bishop. And so that's why Santa Claus is dressed in red and white, to link back to that. When I grew up and found out about the Coca-Cola Association, that's why he wears red and white, I thought, oh, that was sweet of my dad to try and give me a more wholesome reason why he wears those colors. And so when I went to visit my dad, I was like, remember when you used to tell me that Santa wore red and white because he was a bishop and not because he was associated with Coca-Cola? And my dad goes, what? Like, he didn't know.
You broke
He broke my dad.
He
legitimately thought it was to connect him to St. Nicholas as a bishop. And I'm like, oh dear. The child isn't supposed to break the childhood of their parents, but
you told me the tooth fairy wasn't real.
I know. I told my dad.
What have you done?
I know. I'm a terrible person.
My God, if I had a child, they'd probably be the ones who did me. It's like, Mom, remember when you used to tell me, like, what's something I fucking believe?
There's a giant Cheeto.
Remember when you said there was a giant Cheeto? You named the Kakui. Well, I found the Kakui origin story. It's not a giant Cheeto. It's actually like a chupacabra or something. I'm like, my version was scarier. It's a mangy, hairless dog, which I've heard that it actually is.
Yeah, it's not like a dog-like creature. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, cool. Honey, sweetie, not sweetie, but like, Bronny, take that Instaback and shoot it. It's gonna eat my goats.
Yep.
Only I'm allowed.
Only you're allowed to eat goats. All right.
Yeah, no one else can eat my goats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Of course, that was childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't grow up with it?
Oh no, I think you're thinking about the original one, and actually no, Bronny, you're thinking about the one with the toy taker. Because that was Rudolph and the Toy Taker. Rudolph and the Island of Misfit
the Island of
Toys
Misfit
is the
Toys
OG one.
Yeah, it's like I think the second Rudolph movie. Pretty much.
The CG Rudolph movie was the one that had the Toy Taker.
Yeah, it wasn't CG. It was back when it was still claymation. Stop motion. Thank you.
Yeah, you lose a little bit when you go to CG.
Yeah, I know the CG stuff. I was like, this is wrong.
It's like I liked
it. Yeah, it's like I liked it when it was ugly stop motion. Sue me.
It was cute. Have to count.
This is why I couldn't do the stream like you do, because I would lose count every 5 seconds. Then I'd be cussing all of you out.
It takes 14.
Yeah. There is. It's just not going to be the same as usual. It's like that's the thing. They're like, there's no trick or treating this year. I'm like, oh no, I get a whole bowl of candy to myself while I watch Hocus Pocus on loop. Oh darn! It's not like I do that every year. I love Hocus Pocus. Don't you diss Hocus Pocus?
Sing the song.
It's the best movie. Well, the best Halloween movie. Best Halloween movie. You didn't grow up with that one either?
He grew up with nothing.
What the hell did you watch on Halloween? It was like the movie that was on. So did I, but eventually you came back home and you started eating your candy in front of Hocus Pocus.
Oh, he was that kid.
Oh, you were that kid. Probably. Hold the phone. You were old enough to drive and you were still going door to door? Okay. Okay.
And then we didn't see him for 3 days because we lost him.
And then he filed a restraining order. And that's why. Heather's into it.
I like. You would.
Well, I will say this: Cupid has been far more successful. Assuming we're talking about arrows, far more successful shipping himself than I will ever be. So I don't know if that means he wins or he loses, because in the one sense he's got that one more ship, on the other sense he became victim of his own power. Mm-hmm.
Twisted this.
Finn Subs, I guess. I don't know. They're pretty equal as far as I know.
I didn't even know Ellie had a thing.
This is having to do with TF2.
I really gotta keep up.
It's quite hard. Oh, that's gonna take you a very long time, sir. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Oh, stream dropped again. Yeah.
Eh, it'll happen.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't. Sorry, guys. There's not much we can do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it probably wasn't my greatest idea.
You live and learn.
Yeah. It's really sure. I think I'm ready. I needed some recovery time, some R&R to just think through my feelings. I can't think I need emotional recovery from this kind of thing.
No, I would. That's why I wouldn't do it. No, we're not using the new computer. The new computer's not working quite yet. We're on her iPad.
Yeah, like we're having so many problems with that PC. We thought it was the graphics card because it would turn on but not display anything on the monitor yet because it doesn't have a graphics card to start displaying stuff with. And when we plugged in the graphics card, the whole thing wouldn't turn on. It would just make a clicking sound. So we're like, okay, must be the graphics card. So we got a different one. We plugged that in, same results. So we're like, okay, there's no way two different graphics cards are dead on arrival. So there's something else that's wrong. We switched out the wires, so it couldn't be the wires, and we tested the power source. It can't be the power source. Ronnie said it might be the motherboard, and I'm like, ah, shit, that's a harder thing to replace. That's the whole thing.
It's not. I hope. I don't think so. So I'm coming further from over there.
Oh, okay.
Flip that computer.
Yeah, it's been so much of a dick. Oh yeah, I liked that one too.
I don't think I know that one.
Really, it was a Disney Channel thing.
Oh, that would be why.
Yeah, you're not a Disney Channel kid.
No.
I was like half Disney Channel, half Nickelodeon, half Cartoon Network. I got all up in that biz.
I was ABC. Nope.
Surprisingly not. My little sister was, and sometimes they'd take me to go do stuff. Apparently, I was really good at selling cookies. And they were like, why wasn't she in it? It's like, I don't know. And I was just like, I don't know.
That was my thing. I think I asked my parents to be in Girl Scouts, and they're like, shut up, kid. It's one of those, like, they weren't actually paying attention. Like, I remember, I think I brought it up with my dad around. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to be part of Girl Scouts, but, that never happened. And my dad goes, you did? I'm like, yes, I'm quite certain I approached you and or mom about wanting to be in the Girl Scouts, and it just never happened. And he's like, I don't remember that. But, I don't like stuff. I wanted to go camping, but of course Girl Scouts don't actually usually do that.
So stupid.
Which is stupid. Yeah.
That's why girls always want to get into the Eagle Scouts.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like what's hilarious to me is when people started when Boy Scouts admitted a girl and people threw up their crap, like the Girl Scouts were like, oh, it's a betrayal. I'm like, well then maybe this should be a lesson to you to fix your crap.
Exactly. Because my mom was like that. She was like, why do they want to put their Girl Scout and Boy Scouts? I'm like, well,
because Girl Scouts don't do anything except sell cookies.
Yeah, I was saying that. I was just like, well, if Boy Scouts are doing things that she'd rather do instead of what the Girl Scouts do, because my little sister never went camping. They had mall madness where they stood overnight inside a mall. It's incredibly sexist.
Yeah,
let her, because if she wants to go camping and actually learn real survival skills,
learn actual skills, the Boy Scouts are the way to go, not the Girl Scouts. So I'm just like, well, Girl Scouts, fix your crap, or you're gonna lose people.
Yeah, maybe you should do something useful.
The Boy Scouts were progressive enough to admit girls before the Girl Scouts were progressive enough to actually teach their girls useful skills, other than baking cookies and bullcrap.
They didn't even bake the cookies.
They didn't bake the cookies. They just
all they want is little girls to get their free labor.
Yeah,
that's all they want, to peddle their cookies. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I highly doubt that. Like, it's not as profitable in the sense that they can't sell it to people like they can the cookies. But there are a lot of girls who were into camping. Like, I knew more girls who were into camping than I knew guys who were into camping when I was a kid. But they weren't given that opportunity. No, there are a lot of girls who are very much into it. I
can definitely see it though, because parents don't want to sell their girls they don't want their little girls to be campers and people who are woodsy. They want their girls to go to Mall Madness and sell cookies and be cute little women.
Yeah, there was a commercial I remember once that really hit close to home, which was about basically projecting roles onto girls. And one's shot, it was just like a little scene, and it really hit me. Was like, it was her and her brother in the garage, and they were doing something, and she holds up a hammer, and the parent goes, no, honey, don't do that. Hand that over to your brother. Yeah, it's like, hand that, and I knew that was what I grew up with. No, honey, hand that to the boy. The boy can do that. Don't actually show any sort of interest in anything that's not your demographic. Hand that over to the person who's forced into that demographic against their will. While simultaneously we're forcing you into the demographic, and then girls grow up to assume, they like, oh well, I suck at this. Why do I suck at it? Because I was never given the opportunity to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hate how the commercial ended with her looking at the signs for her being like, maybe I should, but then putting on lip gloss and walking away.
It hurt me because I knew that was the thing. By being interested in that kind of stuff, I had to defy the gender roles. I had to be a tomboy and say, I like camping because I can't be a girly girl and like camping. It's you had to defy your gender roles in order to be interested in that type of stuff. And it sucked. Well, roughing it to an extent, I will say that, let me put it this way. Even me to this day, I love camping, but the kind of camping I did as a kid was the kind of camping where there was a bathroom up the hill. So I know people who go and you dig a hole and that's how you go to the bathroom type of thing. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I'm that level of camping. I can sleep in a tent and blah, blah, blah. And it takes a whole hike up a hill in order to get to the bathroom. Okay, but I still have access to running water. That's still an option. So that's the level of camping I was comfortable with. And the majority of the girls in my class were. And
you went to an all-girls school.
Well, that wasn't high school. I was thinking elementary school, actually. Oh. But that still had a lot of chicks, to be fair. In my class of 30, 20 of them were girls and 10 of them were guys. So still a lot of girls. But everybody was interested. There wasn't, the girls don't want to, the boys don't want to. Everybody was interested. And there were some boys who didn't want to, but they were dragged along anyway.
What's funny, I
Oh, I love camping.
what I find funny is that you did it in elementary school. You found girls that were open with that because older and they get to understand things or put down more. You're going to hear less and less of it. When they're little kids, all those things are just
all those things are great.
They're like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to do these things that aren't traditional or conventional because I don't know about society yet and that they don't accept me doing that. You know what's funny? I think even now sometimes we're still put into our places, even if we don't realize it. Because I realize a lot of places I've worked and a lot of places I've been, I'm still surrounded by women, and sometimes I'm just like, wow, so many women around here. Are there just no guys? But then I go into a place that wasn't meant for me, and I find a whole bunch of dudes. Like I walk into like when Ronnie and me were playing Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. I would go into a game store,
like the
and I'm
only
surrounded
girl, right?
by dudes.
Yeah, and that's really uncomfortable for me when I enter a game store and there's a whole bunch of dudes and they're like, "Holy shit, a girl!" I'm like,
yeah, we're very much still
we're very conspicuous,
like comic book stores, stuff like that. But I love comic book stores and stuff like that, so I try to ignore it. But though sometimes I feel bad. I think I was like not realizing, but I was scared out of a store, like the one that I took Ronnie to, the one in Tucson Mall. You know, the one with the kids?
Yes, that's exactly the store I was thinking of. You get scared out of it.
No, like it was a particular instance. I didn't go back because I went in there and I was looking through Magic the Gathering cards, which I love the look of the cards. The game, it's a mixed bag for me. But I was looking through the cards, and this guy was sitting next to me and was a creep. He was like, "Hey, do you have a girlfriend? I mean, do you have a boyfriend?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "Oh man, if I was your boyfriend, I would nice, and I would do this." Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of guys who open with that line, and I don't want to discourage. Well, opening with the line is a little rude, but sometimes guys, they want to make it clear off the bat which direction this conversation is going. You know, because I've had a lot of guys to be like, you know, do you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, and like back, you know, I think there was one time where I said yeah, and then basically they ended the conversation, walked away, which was fine. If that was all you wanted
to be over.
We want that over.
It's if like you say yes afterwards and they're persistent.
And they could, yes,
and like and he had a bit of a lisp, so I'm like, okay, maybe there's just something he's not all there mentally, but like it was like, you know, he's like, oh, if I was your boyfriend, I treat you so well, you're so beautiful, and you're into this stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I took my cards and I went to the cashier and I went to left, and he goes like, yeah, I'm sorry for the weirdness the cashier saw, and I'm like, it's okay. And I realized just recently, like, oh yeah, I never went back to the store after that. And I bet the guy was thinking, great, this one dude scared off the only chick who ever.
The only chick. Well, I've come around to that store a few times.
So
know,
the chicks are there, but like I was consistently.
But I'm every time I was there, I'm usually the only chick in there.
Yeah. Like, and I was consistently going in there at the time because I was trying to build a deck to play with Brownie, but I didn't go in after that. And so I hate to think that they thought like, oh yeah, just one experience scared her off. I don't want them to think that. But yeah.
Hint, boys, when a girl says she's got a boyfriend, that means back off at least romantically. If you want to have like a normal conversation with her, that's fine. But if she says yes, I have a boyfriend, and you keep hitting on her, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, that's not cool. And you're mostly putting her in an uncomfortable position because she's in that environment with a whole bunch of guys, so she doesn't feel like she has backup. So she just tries to be nice and leave. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. Oh, hey, Louie, you're still here.
What's up, Louie? We're talking about how guys are douchebags. What's up?
I thought you said you were leaving at some point.
He did, and then he came back, and he just hasn't been saying shit. For boys, yeah.
Yeah.
things works. Mhm. Mm,
Just what they play with. I get that.
no, I
It's
never did because when I was a kid and we'd have I don't remember. I don't think that I don't know if this is still a thing. But McDonald's Happy Meals, at least back in my day, had a girl and boy version. Do they still do that?
They don't do that anymore. They go like,
Okay.
oh, it's like just that brand. Like, oh, it's a My Little Pony toy or it's a Hot Wheels toy.
Okay.
Which one? Which
Which one
brand do you want? It's not gender coded.
It's not gender coded.
It's brand coded.
That's better because they would always say, oh, is it for a boy or for a girl?
And I still remember that. So it hasn't
I
been
remember
around
that, and and back when it was my day, I was like, oh, is it a Barbie or a Hot Wheel? Like that was, and I hated being with people who would, my parents would do this, like, oh, she's a girl. I'm like, oh no, I don't want the Barbie. I'm like, I hate Barbies, but I'd always get the freaking Barbie, and I wanted the Hot Wheel. And when I went to when I was at a, what's it called? It's not really a daycare. It was more like a babysitter, but she babysat a lot of kids. And when we would go to McDonald's, she would just give them a number. I have this many girls, I have this many boys, but she didn't care or pay attention to who got what. So there were a lot of times where I would trade my Barbie for a Hot Wheel. Like every time it would happen if I was there, I could trade my Barbie to a guy for a Hot Wheel. Now I could never do it for that red, sports car everybody wanted because every guy who had that knew that he wasn't letting go of that. So I got like the green Jeep or something, but I could always trade my Barbie for a Hot Wheel pretty easily. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like guys can't know how to cook. And
Yeah. Well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My mother didn't teach me how to knit, but she did teach me how to sew. But my father knew how to sew as well. Like my mom, like actually sewed clothes, but my dad, like if we got a rip in our pants, my dad could sew it up. And my dad, and as far as cooking with my parents, my dad was the better cook. My mom cooked more often because she was a teacher, so she got home early. So during the week, she would be the one in charge of dinner. But on the weekend, every Saturday, my dad would basically make this big feast, using his gourmet cooking skills. So he was the one who was good at it. My mom not so much. So my dad always had a good balance of skills. And he taught it to us as well. And especially if we were interested, I'll admit, I was never interested in car maintenance stuff. And so that was one thing I didn't learn from him. And it was simply because I wasn't interested. If I had gone out to the garage with him and been ooh-ahing over the engines, then he would have loved to have me join him. But that was the one thing. I oohed-ahhed over woodwork though. Whenever he did like woodwork, I loved watching him do that and like trying to help out with that type of stuff. It was just cars never interested me. I also Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll fully admit that my solution to most of those problems is my AAA card. Is like, oh, it's not working. I'll call AAA. Like there was even a point where I got a flat tire, and I had all the things for fixing. I actually didn't even realize I had everything for fixing a flat until they pulled things out. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I had that. um, but like I had all the equipment. I had been taught, but I'd been taught so long ago, and it like wasn't even on like a real car. It was more like me watching someone do it. And I was like, yeah, I have no confidence that I won't somehow break my car trying to fix a tire, and it's free for me to call AAA and have them replace it like replace my flat with my spare. So I'm like, I'm just freaking, I'll just call them. So that's been my solution. I'll fully admit, but yeah, but one of the things that wasn't required. I did get my license before I learned this, but it was pretty much required for me to learn stick shift, even though stick shift cars were fading out. And I'm one of the few girls I know who knows how to drive stick. Now, to be fair, I haven't driven it in years, so if you put me behind a stick right now, I will probably stall like 3 or 4 times before I remember, the mechanic, like to kind of get the rhythm back flowing. But oh no, my first car was stick. So it was sort of a you need to learn or you're not actually it was sort of like you need to learn stick or the first car that you get is going to be older than you. So I learned stick. Manual transmission. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean I was the only millennial. Whenever like there was one time where I needed someone to help me with my car and I could not in my entire high school, I could not find a single person who knew how to drive stick. I think the only person I could find was like the janitor, and I had to hunt him down and be like, I hear you know how to drive stick. Can you help me with my car? Because I'd gotten it in a certain position and I was a new driver, so I was like, crap, I don't feel confident that I can get my car out of this position without hitting somebody. So I was like trying to find someone who could help me, and no one knew how to drive stick. I was like, cool, I'm screwed.
I got my license in January. Pretty alright, I guess.
I did find it funny, however, that like several months later when we went to get you tested for corona, that I had to teach you about the windshield wiper cleaning.
I couldn't do the thing with the thing.
I was wondering why you washed your car so often. I thought you were just OCD about it.
I do kind of, because like that stuff doesn't get like the little specks.
It doesn't get the little specks off.
It's hard, but sometimes the thing won't even get the little specks.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
It's true.
And she taught me, and she figured out my radio.
Yes, true. I figured out that, and that was the thing. I was like, "Yeah, your windshield's," and at some point I go, "You have windshield wiper fluid?" And she's like, "I don't know how to do that." I'm like, "Oh, I have failed you."
Well, when did we ever need that?
Yeah, I feel like the entire time I was teaching her, it never came up. It didn't occur to me that was something to teach her. I'm like, oh yeah.
You have to kind of pull that.
You have to pull that forward a little bit.
And I'm like, oh, thank God. But I drove good.
She did drive well, yes.
Yes.
How dare you? Okay, boy.
Oh, getting back to like gender role chores and whatnot. I feel like my family wasn't racist. My dad was, he wasn't big presence. I mean, he was, but like not there. Mm-hmm. My mom, plenty sexist, would have girls do the indoor chores and guys do the outdoor chores. But the one time, like, she didn't teach me how to sew, and I learned how to crochet from a room at a community college full of grannies. So she didn't teach me stuff like that. She tried to teach me how to do girly stuff like braid your hair, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't start braiding my hair until I moved here.
I didn't start learning things like that until college, I think. What's funny, I became addicted to Michelle Phan because it was my own fault, because I didn't have a good relationship with my mother, and my dad, I love him to death. He doesn't know crap about makeup, and he's not gonna bother to learn, and of course my real maternal figure was my sister, who was also, shall we say, not a girly girl either. And I was a tomboy. I didn't care about that. So it wasn't until college, when I actually had a vague interest in things that were feminine, now that I'd grown up a little more, I had to watch Michelle Phan videos, because that was the closest thing to, like, the maternal training I didn't get, that I could get. So I just watched videos for a lot of that feminine training about makeup and not hair. She wasn't great on hair. I found another channel that was better at giving you tips about your hair. But
yeah, like I think like my mom and sister would always put makeup on me, and like with braiding, braiding I could figure out in my head because I was already great at crocheting. Some of this is braiding.
Yeah,
so but yeah, like I remember they had these toys that were just Barbie's head and had the hair, and my mom would try to make me and my sister sit down and do it. My little sister was all for it, but I'm like, no, I don't want to learn how to braid my hair. I don't want to. Like, I was starting to get into that phase where I was tired of her trying to, like, what is it, like, project stuff onto me that she wanted me to be like. And I was I went through the phase, like, all through high school. I was a t-shirt and jeans chick because I was just like, I'm not conforming to your feminist standards, Mom.
Yeah, I mean, I was very much a tomboy.
And I still do that sometimes, like t-shirt, jeans, when I come to Casual Friday. It's just good, and I have a lot of great t-shirts. But yeah, like, I was always doing stuff she didn't like that wasn't feminine. Like, I hated being told that, like, I didn't look nice unless I did my face.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, like, we were going one time to, like, I think my little sister's baby shower, like, the baby daddy, mother of the baby daddy was having my little sister baby shower. Confusing relationship.
It took me a second. Sorry. The baby daddy's mom. Okay.
Yeah, so she was throwing a baby shower for my sister, and like I got in a dress and I put up my hair, and they were like, "Oh, tell my sister, oh, you look so nice," and I was just like, "Yeah, I put on a dress too," and they were like, "You don't even put on your makeup," but I'm like,
gross.
"Well, fuck you too."
No, not man. My family wasn't that oppressive. Like when it came to me, be like, why don't we make a man? They just sort of roll their eyes and move on with their life, like, you know.
Yeah, no, my family is full of old, backwards idiots, and I know that they are. And it's just sometimes just like, there's no pleasing them because all they understand is what they know. I understand why they are the way they are, so I try to be like, you know what, they just don't know any better. But at some point, I'm just like, they're adults and they're being idiots.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just gonna call them idiots.
Yep. I'm sorry. You look beautiful with or without makeup.
Thank you. And I've learned to just love myself because I am me.
That's true.
At some point, you're just like, I'm sick of it. We don't really have...
We don't have topics.
We don't have topics.
Who keeps asking what's the topic?
There are no topics. We just take a theme and run with it. I think tonight it was sexism.
Yeah, tonight's theme is sexism, yeah.
Sexism in my life. It's systemic. Hell. You don't think so? Do it.
Do it, man. Ooh, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude.
I love my iPad. Don't steal iPads, people.
Yeah,
that's a dick move. Unless it's from the corporations, then fuck them.
I don't agree with that. Don't do that either.
Apple.
That's why Apple costs so much, is because people steal them.
Apple, he's oppressing us Epic Games.
Now, I know it's not the reason, but you're not helping if you steal from them.
No, you're not. I just think it's funny. I feel stylish for having it.
I mean, it is a fashion brand, but I feel like it was expensive before it was a fashion brand. It just kind of went up a little bit.
Computers are just expensive. And, you know, I think the iPod earbuds that are white, those became kind of a trend. Oh, I saw someone with both in driving around the other day, and I'm just like, man, what the...
Yeah, no.
I was when I was a little kid. Nick Jr.
Nick Jr. I didn't have cable growing up, so no. When I caught it, I liked it fine. It just would be at my grandparents' house.
And Dora the Explorer. But
Dora the Explorer.
I was just talking to my mom about Blue's Clues a while ago, and she goes like, I remember when you liked Blue's Clues. I'm like, oh yeah, you remember what happened to Steve when they switched to his brother like Joe or Kevin or something? And she goes like, yeah, what happened to that guy? I'm like, I think he got into drugs or something. And she goes like, what? And I'm like, yeah, Steve got into drugs or something. I don't know.
He went bald. Yeah. One of the Steves, one of the Steves, or one of the guys, that was the case where, like, he started going down a dark path, but the first one, it was because he went bald.
Okay, maybe I got him confused.
Yeah.
I heard something.
The first one was, he became, self-conscious about his baldness.
He was a nice guy. He had a great shirt. I love that shirt.
Good.
I tried.
Well, you should. Oh, nice. I don't think I learned about 4-H until later in my life.
God. You moisturize. And, like, weren't you like sleep deprived?
It may be lupus.
Don't care.
Oh, much better. It was just a bruise. Yeah. I did have some aching in my knee last week. But I think it's gone. Like it's one of those things I'm sort of tentative. I hope it's gone because I haven't felt it all weekend. But the last week that was, my boss yelled at me. But yeah, didn't actually yell at me. She was sort of like the one of the rungs broke. It's called a loft bed. Yeah, it's basically a bunk bed without the bottom bunk.
Oh yeah, so pretty smart.
Yeah, yeah. So I fell a good 6 feet, landed on my right heel. So like everyone was like, "Oh, how's your foot? How's blah blah?" I'm like, my foot is fine. It's basically my entire. It was like from knee to foot. My whole leg was. No, I was going to bed. Uh, and I fell and yeah, and the thing is, like my parents were freaking out and they were telling me they would pay for X-rays and blah blah blah. But luckily, I was trying to explain to my dad like what part of my leg it was, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, if that was broken, you wouldn't have been able to stand up." I'm like, my logic exactly. Like basically, I was on the floor. I felt that part of my leg was numb, and I was sort of like, okay, whether or not I need to go to the hospital will depend on whether or not I can stand up. And I stood up. I'm like, all right, I'm fine. I'm like, I'm cool. I'm fine. But I texted my boss to let her know I'd probably be limping the following day. And then, like, when I got up in the morning and tried to get ready, like, if I twisted my leg in a certain way, like, I buckled over in pain, And I'm like, if this happens while I've got a dog on a leash, it could end very, very badly. So I called out. I'm like, I'm sorry. But yeah, it just ended up being a big old bruise.
Hey, did we do something to offend the Chihuahua next door?
No, she's just territorial.
Really? She used to be nicer, I think. Because like the that one floofy dog.
The one floofy dog is like, "Hi, love me." She's
yeah,
great.
like I was like passing them by because sometimes they go downstairs and they're sniffing stuff, and I pet the little floofy one. I was gonna pet the Chihuahua, but she was mad. I'm like, you let me pet you before and you licked me. What's wrong, fam? You don't recognize me?
Yeah.
I thought we had a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, does that black cat know that we have a knife? Because it keeps coming on the porch and looking in the window.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, they're boyfriend girlfriend.
Maybe.
Or Knife is just like, huh, you think I'd go with you? I'm an indoor cat.
Right. I think there was one time before you moved in where I just kind of, it was so pre-Knife, and I just had the door open because I was cleaning, and I liked having a little bit of a, sunshine and breeze. But one of their cats like comes up and like looks inside, and then I hear the owner's like, "Get your ass over here! That's how you get kidnapped." I just thought.
I learned the Chihuahua's name, California.
Callie, yeah.
Yeah, because like he said, it's California, and then the dog came back and he was like, "Callie, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, her name's California. What's the name of the floofy dog?"
Yeah, there was a point I was describing the dogs to my bosses, and I'm like, I have no idea what their names are because I've never actually spoken to the human, even though he's always there. I could always strike up a conversation, but that would require being extroverted.
I don't know. I won't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to him. But
we have a good relationship with him. He doesn't talk to us. We don't talk to him.
Exactly.
I think he talked to us a total of one time when he asked us to move his car, move your car,
move my car. That's right.
And he just said, "Neighbor."
Yeah. I don't think he said my name. He's like, "Hey, could you do this?"
Well, how would he know our names?
Yeah, if he's like, "Hey, Claire," it's like, "Bitch, how'd you know?"
Whoa.
actually one of their mail was in our box, and I sort of awkwardly put it on their doorstep. It's like, here you go. I don't feel like knocking on the door and actually having a conversation.
No, thank you. I don't want to be sociable.
Yeah, I don't want to be social. Gross. Anyway, were there more questions, Bronny? Oh, okay.
This. We do not have topics.
Nope.
Guys.
But the theme so far has been sexism, so.
Yeah, sexism sucks. You know, sometimes I think, like, man, we've come so far, we can put a woman on the moon.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
then I look around and I'm like, no, we still have problems.
We still have problems, yeah.
We still have problems. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, we've come a long way from, like, back in the Stone Ages, I guess. Certainly, we'd have to. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yeah, I guess there's still problems.
There's still, you know, there's still always work to be done.
But, you know, I get the respect I want and deserve from the people around me. So I guess it's just not as glaring most of the time.
Yeah, and it certainly depends what kind of environment you're in. For instance, like what career you chose can determine how much sexism you encounter. Like for me, I entered animal care. Hooray! That's like dominated by women. So I don't get that, obviously. I don't get that sexism. My sister is in computer science.
Oh.
Yeah, she's dealt with a shit ton of sexism.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's just like, So, yeah, it's still there.
I work in an office, which the entirety of the administrative staff is women. If we got a guy in there, I think we'd probably we'd like, whoa, one of the girls. Because that's how we were back in the reception desk. When I used to work reception at the place, was all women. Then we got one dude, and we're like, oh, he's one of the girls now, yeah! But I guess that was positive sexism in a way, because we just thought he was one of the group because he was another girl. But now when I go down there, during the day it's women, but now at night they have dudes, and I'm wondering if that's for a reason they haven't said, because they're always very discreet with things that happen. Did I tell you about the time one of the salesmen got arrested?
Jesus. Oh, yes, you did. I do remember that.
Yeah, because, like, Sydney was working there at the time, and I was receptionist at the time, and one of them, he still works there. He still works there.
Okay.
I heard it's a whole situation, but that's his business. That's his business. And, you know, if he's still a good guy, and he's, like, I don't know if what I heard was true, but, like, if that's if they keep him hired on despite all that, you know, he must be a good guy, and this is a good place.
Yeah, there are a lot of places of business that, as long as whatever you were arrested for wasn't, you know, relevant to the job, they, technically speaking, a lot of the times will have a thing saying, like, we can't discriminate based on, you know, criminal history, unless, of course, again, like, if he, you know,
if he murdered someone, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't.
Maybe, but also if he'd, like, stolen from the company, then obviously.
Oh yeah, you're out. Yeah. Or if something that it would be really defaming to the company.
Yeah, to the company.
Like if he'd be like, we don't want to be associated with this type of person. You're out.
Exactly. Yeah.
But my place is pretty good, and as far as I know, I mean, obviously it's just rumors flying around, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He was always pretty nice. He gave me nice compliments sometimes. Hopefully those weren't creepy.
Hopefully. It's always the weird thing about guys giving compliments. It's like, thanks, and you're like, oh god, I hope he wasn't flirting.
Oh yeah, like for sure one of the salesmen flirted with me. I mean, like, I didn't realize till after, because, I mean, I felt he was just striking up a conversation, but I'm like, wait a minute. Overthinking, right?
Overthinking, let's go!
No, it's that Jacob guy that ended up leaving.
Stretch time.
Oh, stretch time. Thank you. Yeah, too bad he was rich, from what I hear.
That's right, the guy I was shipping you with, you know?
Yeah, like, he even gave me a ride to the Denny's one time.
Yeah,
I think he was into me. It was cute.
But
like, I think one of the, she was a tech person. She helped old people figure out their cars. But she came up to me, and I think she was trying to sell me on him, because she was just like, oh yeah, I hear he's very rich. His family's rich. And I'm like, cool. Why do I need this information?
Mm-hmm.
He's rich.
You know, backup options, just saying.
I'm not around anymore. We got another Jacob now. He's alright. Don't get jealous, Brownie. Get jealous. It's hilarious. Then he gets punchy. That's my boy. Switch to purple. Which one of these colors was purple?
Good question.
I think this was purple. Look, with this, they say hot pink is dark pink, okay? The laws have completely changed.
Well, let's see. Yeah, because this is navy blue, which is correct. So yeah, it must be the other color.
And Bronny, you know what else I can concrete?
And I
With
may
mouth
have
shut.
accidentally moved this. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I
Where
kind
are
of
you at?
okay. Around here because it was where it said switch purple.
Ah, switch to purple. There you go.
Switch dark
Yes.
pink and blah blah blah. Single crochet across, and I did that, and you switch to purple, and then you're gonna do another single crochet.
Okay.
I'm a crocheter. Why? I don't know. Let's see. I think they have their sparkly sprinkle. They have that little thing right there. Yeah, sparkly sprinkle.
I think it's called the signature. Oh no, it's Now I'm blanking on what it's called.
I think it's. I don't know if that's on Tumblr or what. But yeah, it was cool.
Watermark.
Watermark. Yeah, I saw it on Anime Convention. I got it. I honestly think this might have been stolen. Because you see lines right here where you normally see like a copyright thing, and I wonder if they erased them really well. But like, that's just my suspicion. Maybe it's just me being paranoid, and I know that art thieves are a thing.
Mm.
So yeah, go to Sparkly Sprinkle.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, drink responsibly.
So let's talk about the other guys on my hit list.
Yeah. So
Have you
backup
seen
wipes.
that picture of Markiplier in a white shirt?
I have, yes.
Men just look great in white shirts when they have muscles.
Sure, if you say so.
I
Not
know.
my thing. Muscles are not my thing, so that's gonna be on you.
Good. Oh yeah, he wouldn't have liked the way he looked because he had long hair and he had
but
muscles.
I like the beard action he had going.
He's a handsome man.
Yeah.
I mean, I always knew, but now people are throwing it in my face, and I'm just like, yeah, I know, okay.
I was sort of like, yeah. My whole response was like, yeah. I was like, I never thought he was well. Yeah, you're right. His hair has always bothered me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and then I think he dyed it like pink and then.
Yeah, he dyed it colors. And
I don't know. I thought that was fun because all the guys were doing that at one point for a charity event.
Yeah, but he also had like dyed it purple as well. Like he was.
Oh, he was having fun.
Yeah,
he was having fun,
which is fine. Well, I'm not saying guys shouldn't have fun with their hair. Go for it. It's just that's not. I don't consider that handsome. I consider that like fun, perky girl type of thing, which is fine. Do what you do.
I think it's kind of hot.
Yeah, of course you do.
I think a lot of this weird stuff is hot.
It's true.
It is true. There's a guy I follow on TikTok that I try not to get like, he's attractive about because he seems rather young, but he's always wearing a sleeveless shirt, and you get a good look at the muscles, and I'm like, he's pretty fit. Goodbye, son. Swipe. Don't want to think about that for too long.
She's into that stuff.
He wears a mask too, so it's like,
there you go.
He's hitting all my fetishes. Kinks. Yeah.
Same difference.
Stop kink shaming me.
I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying you're weird.
That's a kink shame. Oh my god.
Oh, it's fair. Some of your choices are conventional and some of them aren't. It's an interesting conglomeration.
I just kind of enjoy the sensations when they happen.
I mean, that's fair.
Like this guy right here. Purely a husbando for mask.
There you go.
And in the cartoon had a little Spanish accent, which is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Really sexy. And I guess, like Batman, surprisingly not as hot for him, but he does hit all my boxes. I wouldn't say no.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone would say no. Like
no one's going to say no to Batman.
Right.
Or Bruce Wayne.
Or Bruce Wayne. I mean, either way. No. Well, I don't know. Well, his persona, like if you didn't know he was Batman, sometimes
if you didn't know he was Batman, you were convinced he was a playboy.
He was a playboy
and a dick. You'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah, I'd like screw
but
you.
then, like, if Batman comes up to me and he's like, I want you, I'm just like, yeah.
Like, and I'm Bruce Wayne. You're rich too? Sweet.
Oh, hitting all the boxes. My mom's gonna love you too.
I know. Hey,
my mom would be super happy with that. Be like, oh, billionaire's bad.
Heather's marrying Batman.
Yeah. Why aren't you Batman? You think you can take Batman?
I appreciate that. the animated series too. Uh-huh.
Don't you freaking badmouth Batman. He's the best one.
Uh-huh. Okay, well I'm gonna hold you to that the next time you're down on yourself.
Well, honey, can you at least wear a mask, a cape, do some stuff? Okay. Which mask? Was it sexy?
I doubt it.
Was it the Master Chief mask again? Because I'm like, yeah, but.
Wait, Bronny's Batman and Heather's Harley Quinn. Now that's an interesting ship right there.
I kind of ship it. There was an episode where like Harley was trying to get into like in the animated series. There was an episode where they had almost reformed her and they let her out of the asylum and she just had a day out and she relapsed. But Batman was nice to her, gave her the dress she had bought that she like was getting in trouble for, and she gave her a kiss. And you thought, well, maybe she'll be on the right street. But then she was back with Joker. It's that.
Yeah.
Pretty hot, but
I don't know. I didn't like really ship it. I think she was just like, I like any sane woman. It was like, damn, Batman's hot.
Hell yeah. That's why the Birds of Prey thing I will approve of in the trailer that she said, like, how do you like my hyena? I named him Bruce. I'm that hunky Wayne guy.
Aha.
I would too, girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you know.
I know, right? Someone asked if you're Harley Quinn, if I'm Poison Ivy. That would mean there would be more ship fuel between us than between her and Bronny.
Oh, there kind of is that.
Well. But yeah, like, even from the animated series, was like Harley Quinn, yes, was Joker, but there was a point where she did, like, it was very much presented gal pals go with Ivy, and then she went back to Joker, which was sad, but you did feel like there was a point where she was trying to not be in an abusive relationship and was with Poison Ivy.
Poor girl, so broken.
Yeah.
But, I did like, did you ever watch Batman Beyond, where it was like the future and there's a new Batman?
Mm-hmm.
And like the two clown girls that are in that gang are Harley Quinn's grandchildren.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, actually, it might have been in the movie where they got arrested,
Yeah.
but they were let out, and it was their nana who picked them up, their grandmother, and it was Harley, and she was like, "You too! I can't believe you did this." And I'm like, "Bitch, you did the same thing." Don't you even fucking. But yeah, they're like, "Sorry, Nana Harley," because they in that movie they went over how the Joker died.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they lost Harley Quinn in that, and they're like, oh, she would never have lived through that fall, but we never found a body. Of course, Harley lived.
Yeah,
and I wonder who did she get with?
Because
she had to have kids to become a grandmother.
I wonder if she maybe had kids prior to that. Because all she would have needed was one.
I guess maybe she had a kid with a guy or one night stand and kept the kid. Just lived her life from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of want good things to happen to her. I wanted her to get, she found herself, got married, and had kids, and had a happy life. And, her grandkids just came out wrong. Like, just give Harley something. I don't know. Have her marry another villain that ended up retiring, and that's super romantic and hot.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, that's kind of where
Nah, he's gross. He's gross. I don't like him.
But no, that's actually why I kind of...
I don't like that.
But no, that's actually why I kind of like...
Dr. Freeze?
Well, Dr. Freeze is hung up on his wife. So he's not in anywhere
actually, yeah,
emotional.
he was in the Batman series too because reasons and wife and stuff. So
yeah.
No, not him.
Yeah, not him. He's very much taken. Even if like she is dead, he's still emotionally taken. Hello. Oh, hey Ed. Since when do you show up?
Hydro Cannon?
Yeah, it's one of my college friends. What's up, dude?
Oh.
It is reality. Comic villains.
I'm running out of shit.
Oh dear.
What?
Which comic villain would you be? Probably Dr. Freeze, actually. I could see him doing that.
Or what about the Clock King?
True.
As he was portrayed in the animated series, he was like an office guy who just kind of got derailed. So, that fits. Clock King, I would say.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more of this. Do I have any more of this shade now?
We're
just gonna have to switch to navy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just go to navy.
Just gonna have to go straight.
Yeah, but I post. Well, I don't always post the stream on Twitter, to be honest, because 9 times out of 10 I forget. But it's not my first time posting it on Twitter.
You just happen to be looking,
I guess.
But hey, welcome. I'm Heather.
Yes, this is my roommate Heather.
Yay! This is my stuff.
All of her masks and her waifus.
Oh yeah, I totally dig those two. I would do them.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Take all the implications you want.
Hello. Yes.
Have not. But that you go on about that.
Yes. No, it looks great. I can't wait for it. I've tentatively roped in Silver Quill to possibly do a reaction. So people want me to reboot the Bronalysis React series for it, and I might, but it's going to be a very, very different cast.
Wasn't that what's her face's thing?
No, it was my thing.
It was you who did that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, that was my thing. But a lot of the people who used to do that with me, let's just say that there are some bridges that have been burned. So it's going to be a very different cast than last time. I still haven't figured it out.
I'll be there.
Sure, you'd have to get it. The quandary I have is that when we did Sailor Moon Crystal, I like to do a mix of people who'd seen the original show and those who hadn't. But with Sailor Moon Eternal, it's a continuation of Crystal. So part of me is not sure if I want completely new blood who don't know much about the show. Like even if they don't know about Crystal. So I'm sort of like, am I going to force everyone to watch Crystal before we go into Eternal?
Oh yeah, because I'm purely like the OG Serena one.
Oh God!
And the first season, and yeah.
Oh God! So you know very little.
Yeah, and then I had that one VHS that was about the when they were taking kids in the night.
Oh yeah, that was
the
cookies. That was the third movie.
The third movie. So I've seen the third movie and some of season 1 of it. And you know what?
That was a huge time lapse that you missed there, girl.
Oh yeah, but I liked what I saw. Love that freaking Usagi.
Yeah, but so that's my quandary about whether I want only Moonies in there, or if I want to try and if I do have a mix of people, what level of fan do I want them to be, and blah blah blah. So I haven't figured out those details yet. We'll see.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Plus, how legal my stuff was is questionable. Well, my YouTube channel might. I got away with quite a lot before that I don't think I'll get away with these days. Yeah. I mean, the Bronies React series gets away with it somehow, but we literally react to the show, or watching the show and reacting to it. So there's footage from the show. Which is fine. I have no problem with that. I don't know. I get scared. We'll see.
Don't you just hate it when they put the ads in the middle of the video? Like you're really into like a theory or something, and then they just cut them off.
They cut it out mid-sentence. Like, yeah. Yeah, I hate that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's usually when it's monetized by the creator.
Can they control where the ads are?
Yeah, they can, but sometimes some don't bother. But I know that, for instance, the Nostalgia Critic, he does control where the ads are.
Yeah, because that's why he has those interviews.
Yeah, he has the things in the middle.
He got less fun.
Yeah, he did.
Really? Because I used to enjoy his stuff, and I don't know what changed.
Someone's asking how old is this the tablet, the iPad? It's pretty new, right?
Yeah, it's pretty new. I got it last Thanksgiving. So it's only going to be a year old this November. Oh gosh, I started scratching a bug bite that I had, and now it's itchy again. Oh, because I remember it's there. Yeah, she wore it for one time I'm remembering was for your Sally costume for Halloween. I love that costume.
Yep, and I had that red wig from another costume. I don't remember what for.
Poison Ivy, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't wear a red wig for Poison Ivy. I made a point not to because my Poison Ivy was for Will and Katie's wedding, and I just felt like wearing a wig was just taking the whole costume aspect a little far.
Really? It was a costume wedding.
I know, but I was like, I wanted to do like a fancy costume type of thing, and so I was like, I'm wearing a wig, so I didn't wear the wig to the wedding. No.
I would have. Bronny, like, I had an idea with me and Bronny because he had picked out this shirt if he wanted to do like good Sombra from that one comic, and I was just like, yeah, you should do that, and I could be Celestia. But I'm like, wait, I'd be wearing white at a wedding that I'm not getting married at.
Yeah, no, yeah, you should not do that. Yeah,
should not wear white.
That was the thing. I think I made a joke to that regard. It's like, oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. Someone was like, "Oh, you should be this." Oh no. Someone said you should be corpse bride to Will and Katie's wedding. I'm like, do you understand how freaking insulting that would be? They show up to their wedding in a wedding dress.
Like I feel like it would just be awkward. Like honestly, it would. Like I'm glad I thought of it because like mine, it would have been like I wouldn't be dressed in a wedding dress, obviously, but it'd be white, and I'm like my mind put together like, oh yeah, wait, wedding.
Yeah, wedding.
You can't wear white too.
Yeah, you shouldn't wear white or black to a wedding unless you are the bride or groom.
Oh, dude, that sucks for the guys in suits.
Well, okay, guys wearing black suits is fine, but if you look like you're going to a funeral, that's a problem. So women shouldn't wear black dresses and things like that. So it's really, I guess, more of a rule for women.
There's all this underlying customs to weddings that I totally don't know about because, like, I've been to like 2 weddings in my life. My older sister's wedding, which of course, like, I was little and I wore like whatever the hell my mom put on me, and then there was Will's wedding, and like even you said like, oh, that's a bit something for a wedding, but like neither.
No. It was Josh's wedding.
Josh's wedding.
Will's wedding. Yeah.
Not Will's wedding. Yeah. Sorry. Confused.
I literally for a second when you were at Will's wedding, like, I don't remember.
You just go back at the pictures, and I'm in the background like, yeah.
The whole time she was there, I had no idea.
Well, I wanted to go, but yeah, Josh's wedding, and even then you were like, oh, you're.
Yeah, I was like, you're wearing fishnets and stilettos to a church.
I just thought it was you gotta dress fancy. I don't know what the freaking rules are.
But I shut the heck right up when those stilettos helped her catch the bouquet. So I was like, all right, I'm on board.
Never question myself.
Never question the stilettos, yes.
The stilettos are great. But yeah, I wore like, I liked my outfit. I curled my hair. I had like a faux fur scarf on with like a wine colored dress with fishnets and stilettos. I was dressed to kill. I don't know why.
Yeah, so I can't complain about the stilettos now because they saved my butt.
And she never can again.
Nope. And yeah, and that was what was funny is I remember talking to Ellie about it, and I was sort of like, "That's not breaking my curse, though, is it?" She's like, "Oh no, that was still that bouquet was still like targeted right to me." Heather just took advantage.
And Heather was like, "Mine."
Yeah, Heather took advantage of my curse.
I
it was
went
great.
up to Face, gave him the middle finger, like, I'm getting married, bitch.
Yeah.
They're like, shit.
Like, damn, woman, all right.
Power move. Next 26. Oh, that's a change. 26. Okay. Mad Hatter.
No, I assume not for your wedding, but
yes.
yeah, no. Mad Hatter has an interesting backstory too. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I liked it in the animated series. It was sad.
It was sad. Yeah, he had a sad story. I like the ones that have sad stories.
All of them. Most of them.
Most of them do. Yeah. It's not anyone who's like, well, I just felt like it. No, they all had like. It's kind of like that.
I'm pretty sure like Joker was like. Well, I mean, he got in chemicals, but he was also like, I felt like it.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. The Joker, I never buy any backstory. I'm like, I don't believe any particular backstory. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that speech that Joker did. I think was it in Arkham Asylum or something, where it's like all it takes is one bad day, you know. And I think
the Killing Joke, isn't it?
Yeah. Was it the Killing Joke?
The Killing Joke. That's what it's famous for. Like they might have put it in Arkham Asylum, but like that's where the line originated from. It's
Killing Joke.
Where it's famous. Yeah, Killing Joke.
Okay.
They made a movie around the Killing Joke.
I did see the Killing Joke movie. I should not have. I was not warned enough.
Yeah, well, the first part was mostly about Batgirl.
Yeah, first of all, the first part about apparently Batgirl sleeping with Batman, and what was funny is I was in a theater with people who clearly knew more about what they were getting into than I did, and still the whole theater went, "What the heck?" when that happened.
Because it feels weird because he's known her since she was a kid.
She was a kid,
and it's apparent that he kind of felt weird about it. But she was just like, I'm into it.
Yeah, no, that whole thing was weird, but that was
because there was also a thing where like kind of Batgirl and Robin were kind of becoming a thing, and then like they weren't together, and but then she's like, Batman, I'm a woman now, and he's like,
yeah. But the thing is, there were rape themes in the second half that I was not aware of going in. And I'm not usually comfortable with rape themes.
I tried not to think about it. They're like, we found her state of just okay. I'm just trying to say in my head that Joker only wanted to like take disturbing pictures of her to fuck with her dad more.
Yeah,
and you know, I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, it was that I hadn't read the original, so I went into the movie blind, and I realize now I shouldn't have did that. I should have read a synopsis first.
It was a very mixed bag of a movie. Like everyone hates that first half with Batgirl. Mm-hmm. Like the writer of it got so much flack that people at conventions were like, "How do you feel that you ruined Batgirl?" And he was just like, "God." Yeah. So. Yeah. So yeah, he got a lot of that. But like the other half of the movie, some people like it. Some parts look like it's straight from the comic book, but you know, it's something. It most certainly was a Batman movie. So, yeah. Yeah, so far. Who else is getting married?
Eventually Maddie.
Oh yeah. I'm not invited to that one.
I might be. A general invitation was issued to me, like in sort of. I was in the TFTs, like, you all are invited, and I'm like, sure. Yeah. Like I would go if I genuinely was invited, but I've told her several times, like if I don't make the cut, I won't be offended. Like I realize I'm not like Bliss or Dr. Wolf or people you're super close with. Like if I don't make the cut to save money, totes chill. Like that's totally chill. If I am invited, I'll go. But I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing. We'll see.
Oh yeah, and especially with COVID, who knows what's going on? We can't leave the country right now.
Yeah. Well, we're getting you the medieval wedding.
Medieval wedding. I found a place that if we pay like the little bit extra, I can ride into the wedding on a horse.
On a horse? Nice. Do you have any idea how to ride a horse?
No, I assumed someone was going to lead the horse, and I was just going to sit on it.
Sit on it? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you know how to sit? But do you know how to sit side saddle?
I can practice.
Okay.
I want to come in.
I've never ridden a horse on a dress. I'll tell you that right now.
I want to come in my wedding on a horse.
Okay, I mean,
I want to have the full experience. What? Bronny, someone's gonna lead the horse. I'm gonna have someone help me off the horse. I'm pretty
probably
sure
whoever would walk you down the aisle.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a well-trained horse. What happened on the boat? Boats are cool, but you don't like boats.
No, we're not doing a boat.
We're having a boat for the honeymoon.
Boats for the honeymoon, dude. Not for the wedding. There's a difference.
I've already picked out the cruise I want. Sweet. It's gonna be on Disney.
Nice. I'm coming too.
We're bringing Sweetie on the honeymoon.
I'm coming to the honeymoon, man. It sounds boss.
It is. It's a boss ass bitch cruise.
Don't worry, I won't interfere with the bedroom stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like when I clicked on the screen, of course they show me the most deluxe room first, and I'm just like, oh, that's a bit much, but it's awesome. Mm-hmm. But like just being in one of their staterooms might be cool. Though I'm reading up about a lot of stuff too about like combating seasickness, just in case, because my tummy does stuff. But they say stay near the center of the boat, stay higher in the boat, maybe get a view of the horizon. But like Bronny is a little more anxious around that, so I'm like, oh, maybe we shouldn't get a place in the window because I'm gonna make you nervous. But I'm like, there's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta like, and like even if you can pick her. Because they don't have
Because
windows.
they don't have windows.
I don't want to be. I don't want to do it because it's cheap, though. I don't want to feel like I cheaped
Yeah,
out on the
I don't-
experience.
you
I
don't
want
wanna-
this to be something that, like, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't make any compromises, but I got exactly what I wanted out of it.
And you should do what a lot of modern brides are doing now and have your registry be a honeymoon fund.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I told him that. I'd be like, you know, if anything, like, because the only thing I'd want in the registry is, like, something we'd really need. And I'm pretty sure we'll have, like...
Yeah,
by the
you
time
guys
we-
have everything. Like, because that's why it's become a modern trend, is for a couple reasons. One, people aren't getting married right out of their parents' house like they used to. So typically they're actually... Not only do they have everything they need, they probably need to do a garage sale because they have double of some stuff, right?
Yeah,
So they don't need kitchen stuff anymore. But a lot of times for people, their honeymoon is like the only big trip they'll ever take in their life.
Oh, I hope it's not.
Well, for a lot of people, it is, or at least it's the last big trip you ever have, you know?
I hope we still have trips afterward.
Well, some people can't afford them. Like, that's the thing. Like,
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of millennials, they can't afford trips on their own. So it makes more sense that, you know, people can contribute to, like, a once-in-a-lifetime trip than kitchen stuff that they don't need anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So our thing should just be, like, big GoFundMe. Get Heather the premium
Well,
Disney Cruise
you
experience.
don't actually use GoFundMe. There are actually legitimate
Oh, yeah,
wedding
things.
Yeah, actual, like, I think probably even on the Disney cruise, they're probably
They're
like,
like,
go to
oh,
this
yeah.
website to make your honeymoon fund. Like, honeymoon fund actually is a website. You go to honeymoon fund and it creates the thing for you. And people can gift you certain, depending on what you do, because I did this for Will and Katie's wedding, you can actually gift them certain experiences.
Oh, yeah?
So like people could gift you, for instance, a ticket to the Beauty and the Beast show, or they could gift you, you know, they could instead of just throwing money in a pot, they could specifically say, hey, I want you to do this. Like, I gifted Will and Katie a dolphin something.
Ooh, a dolphin experience. That's
Yeah, a dolphin experience.
Gift us the Beauty and the Beast Broadway
Hell yeah,
musical.
hell yeah, I will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give me that experience. That's the main reason I want that particular cruise, because the different cruises have different shows. One had Aladdin, one had something else. One of them had Beauty and the Beast. And I'm like, I want to see that. I want to see that on stage.
Yeah, I
want to see how they
seen
do that Beast.
Yeah, I haven't seen the official production, and I hear that that's a shame. Like, I saw our high school do it, and I hear that that's a shame because actually our high school could not be told how they did the transformation. It was so top secret that how the transformation was done. It was like, you can't know, because apparently it's so amazing on the Broadway. It's not about, like, you don't have the budget to do it, like certain other things. Like, yeah, you could be Peter Pan, but if you don't have the budget to make someone fly, I wonder what you're gonna do. But it was simply like, they could not tell you how they did it, because the transformation is so epic. Apparently, I have not seen it.
Don't hype me up too much.
I'm sorry, I'm hyping you up, man.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I don't know how it would work on a cruise, so
that cruise is fucking big.
it's probably, yeah. Maybe they can make it work. I don't know.
It's Disney. They'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like, there's a spa, which I'm sure Bronny would enjoy.
There
if
you
he
go.
opens his mind a little.
Mm-hmm.
He would enjoy a spa.
Yes.
I know some things that are not.
Oh my.
Yeah, you're a regular line.
It's okay. Missionary is fine for the, first time. Can branch out later.
I'm just saying, honey, I think you'd like a spa. Like,
You would.
Just loosen up those muscles.
Yeah, I think you really would. Like, you don't have to do the super flowery stuff, like someone's asking about mud masks. You don't have to do the mud masks, but you could do, like, a massage and things like that.
What about a
Jacuzzi.
mud bath? Mud baths might be nice.
There you go.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll get us a chance to be closer, get a little more comfortable with our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's an experience I think we should share. Would you be open to it? I think you should do the hot rocks on the back thing. That might be good for him.
That works, yeah.
I'll do a seaweed wrap with him. Maybe I want to do that too. I don't know. Honey,
They're professionals.
They're professionals. I just think, like you and me, just have a little spa experience.
I say do it.
It's the honeymoon, honey. You only have to do it once.
Yeah.
You didn't say yes.
Yeah. Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Which one was he?
I think he was the most recent one. Or am I confusing?
The new movie?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to see it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't seen it. What I've seen is okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he looks nutty and creepy. So that
Yeah, so it's like, alright.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
Apparently, MatPat totally predicted the entire movie.
Oh, I don't think. Huh. That's interesting. You guys have been hearing him throughout the stream though, right? So I feel like no one's been complaining about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, but that also was when he wasn't talking, so I didn't know how much of that was tongue in cheek. They at some point thought about it, but I don't think I don't think that's in the cards from them at the moment. And yeah, Buckenfie says he hasn't heard Brawny a word of you. That's weird.
Also, I'm not getting invited to any of those weddings. I don't. As it is, I haven't having faces.
Huh.
Oh, that's too bad. Should I put them on my phone?
Yeah, we could. You want us to like leave and then get you on one of our phones?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
So please hold while your party is reached. Yeah, good point. Please.
It just might be harder for them to hear us. I wish I had a speaker.
What up, guys?
I'm making burgers.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Ingredients, what everyone wants.
Apparently not. Apparently no is the answer to that. Huh? Can you hear us?
I can hear them.
We've been asking for several minutes.
We can barely hear you, girls.
Crap. Alright, let's try one on my phone.
My phone sucks.
Let's try on my phone. Just in case. Just in case my phone is better. I can't promise my phone will be better.
My phone's supposed to be brand new. Its technology is sucking. The battery power on this is fucking awesome.
Alright. Join voice, and then like...
Let's see, we've run.
Alright.
Ollie, it's Louie.
Can you hear us?
I will not stream.
Okay, excellent. Can you guys hear them? That's our next question. I'm not asking you.
I was saying I hope we don't stream on the iPad anymore. The thing can't handle it.
Yeah, too bad. It's comfortable. Well, comfortable for me. I don't know. You're in bed with me, stream.
I mean, we could put my laptop in your bed, so.
I guess we could do that. Yeah. Well, if my PC isn't still working, I might ask.
Sure.
Well, it's not. This isn't what the iPad was paid for.
Yeah, true. Someone responded, but I didn't catch it, Brawny. Can they hear you guys?
Okay, so it don't matter.
Do you know where the microphone is on this thing?
On this?
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
what side it's on? Because I'm trying to like, if I can point my phone at it.
Is there supposed to be like a little hole where? Maybe
Not
it's
usually.
over here.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know.
That's also probably the speakers though. So.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
God bless you.
I don't know.
How dare you?
Stop looking down my shirt, stream.
Knock down all the shirts.
Oh no.
Well, this is as loud as it gets, unless they want me to put you in a cup. But I don't know if we have something that would work for that. Maybe. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I think you have paper cups next to the
No,
toaster.
paper cups wouldn't work. They'd have to be glass.
Way too much work. Last 20 minutes of the stream.
Yeah, last 20 minutes of the stream, last 20 minutes of the stream. Do whatever it is you do at 20 minutes. I don't know.
Well, I'm only here for 10 minutes anyways.
Those Hello Kitty ones aren't wide enough for my phone, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I can hear a faint Brawny in the back.
Alright, this is the best I can do, guys.
Oh no.
Guys?
Yep.
Okay, as long as you're still here. That's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Excuse yourself.
sorry.
Not you. I mean, I guess you should too, now that I think about it. Here, let me see if I can
Sorry for my fat arms, guys. I'm just trying to figure things out. There we go.
Yay! Anyway, what were we talking about? Cruises.
Yes, weddings and stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll wait till COVID's over and then maybe
Yes.
I'll get married or something.
Well, first you guys have to. First, someone's got to take a knee and actually get you a ring.
No, wait, I gotta pick out where I want the ring from.
You do? Where do you want the ring from?
Well, because Silver Slinger, I don't know if he's doing custom.
Oh, right.
But there's another girl who's considering, like, she makes beautiful jewelry, but she hasn't made, like, you know, like with the gold that lasts forever kind of thing. But she's considering it.
What did you say, Brownie?
I said I think Silver Slinger is gonna be really difficult to work with, and I'd rather not.
Yeah, don't do Silver Slinger if it's gonna be that.
Yeah, it's gonna be stressful.
Just sit there pretty.
When in doubt. With the flour and stuff? Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know what you did, but I can barely hear you girls
Yeah.
now.
We're whispering.
We're whispering to
supposed
each
to
other.
hear.
We're scheming. Shut up.
No, even at normal volume, like this is. For God's sakes, we can't.
All right. Any better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So I guess the cup, while making it slightly louder for the audience, muffles it for them. So not gonna use the cup.
No, my cup.
Yeah, just no more iPad.
Sorry. I got 5 likes though, and I know that there's 5 people in the stream because there's a little number.
Oh, I didn't know we could do that.
There's so many great features for me. Why can't it work for the rest of you?
Also, Silver Quill can do better. Y'all know it.
Oh, they're doing that shit again?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take Silver on the cruise.
There was someone I remember who was like, "Oh yeah, I thought you and Silver would have gotten engaged before Josh and Ari." And I'm like, "What? Like,
Did we date and I
yeah, I know. I was like, first of all, they were an established couple, and we never were. Second of all, they ran to the altar as far as I was concerned. So no."
I don't know about any of that. I was just taking.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where they meet the minimum requirements, but barely, type of thing. Like, you know, I've always said, you know, oh, okay, you know, I'd want to know the guy for 2 years and date him for 1 year, and they sort of like barely got engaged in that time frame, and I'm sort of like, okay.
Oh, kind of quick, huh?
Yeah, it was just a little quick for me. I mean, she's like, it wasn't quick. I'm like, okay.
Oh, me and Brian must be taking forever for you. We knew each other for 3 years. We've been dating. It's gonna be 3 years this anniversary coming up in March. She's losing her shit.
Yes, you guys.
And even when I move over there, we're not getting married right away.
Yeah.
We're just gonna live together for a bit. Yeah. She's barely holding on.
That's fine.
Holding on by a thread.
It really has more to do
She
with
wants
how
to throw me out this door and make me land.
and land on Brawny. That's the main thing.
This is taking way too long for her. Like,
yeah, it has a lot to do with how intimately I am involved with your shit.
You know, just go in your room and it has dots connected. It's like, look, I have a plan. You gotta move this
You
shit
gotta,
along.
yeah. You know, it's like there's some couples that I'm like, if I were more involved, I'd probably be more irritated about. Like I tease Finn and Taka, for instance. I'm like, come on, guys, get a move on. But I don't talk to either of them super often, so it's fine. But then I'm like, you know, with you two, I'm like, oh my god!
Just do the thing.
Just do the thing!
I have to see this woman every day, and every day I see her without a wedding ring. Sometimes she
Right.
has a ring pop on, so I get a hope, and then I'm like, ah.
And then, there was a time actually, maybe I should give you this idea. My ex and I thought about doing a prank on everyone where he fake proposes to me with a ring pop that was clear colored. Like a clear colored ring pop.
Do they make those?
Yeah.
What flavor is
I
that?
forget what flavor it is, but they are like clear. So they look like diamonds and
Ah, shit, I'm supposed to do 26!
oh dear, I'm sorry.
Luckily, it's just 29, so I only gotta take out 3.
Okay.
Just gonna go now. All right.
Okay.
Catch you later, Louie.
He's like, damn it, don't you talk about marriage in front of me.
Oh yeah, Louie, hurry up with that too. Although you guys are young.
What? Huh?
Okay.
I can't get married.
She's not allowed.
Sure. Everybody will walk down the aisle eventually, except for me.
But I will be there.
I will
To
make
ship
you
it.
go down on an aisle.
Well, I go down the aisle as a bridesmaid. I've done that several times.
What should my bridesmaids wear? What do ladies in waiting wear?
Probably something similar to what Ellie had for her wedding.
But it's gotta be original.
Well, yes.
26. Shane Morning's coming.
Also, I don't think Silver could do better,
Good. Very much so.
which is a compliment.
I know. No, I know you meant it as a compliment.
Right.
I don't see it as a compliment, but I know that's how you meant it.
This could be misconstrued.
No, yes, I wasn't about to beat you up because I know you meant it as a compliment. As much as I think it's a highbrow insult and would require pistols at dawn, but you
You can
know,
borrow mine.
there you go.
If I wanted to give you a highbrow insult, there would be no question about it.
He is not subtle.
That's true. No, you wouldn't be insulting me. You'd be insulting him. That's why I'd be like, I'd be defending his honor. How dare you?
Yeah, I have a glove somewhere you can slap him with.
I don't care what he thinks.
What was that?
I said I don't care what he thinks.
Well, honestly, he I don't know if he'd agree, but he wouldn't disagree. I don't know. He's very nice, so he wouldn't be offended as much as I would be. Like, how dare you?
60 plus 60 is 100.
It's 100.
I could very easily picture him saying something along the lines of, "Nah, she's out of my league."
Yeah, he'd probably say something stupid like that. Yeah, so he wouldn't be offended. That's why I would have to defend his honor, because he wouldn't defend it himself. I mean, he's just as self-deprecating as we are. So you know, I'd have to defend his honor on his behalf.
Yep. Let's see here. Buckin wants to know what your favorite breakfast cereal is.
Oh, what's your favorite? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Recently we tried Craze. I liked Craze a lot.
Craze is good.
And chocolate in the middle. Oh, I love a lot of chocolate things. Reese's Puffs. I gotta think about mine for a bit.
Okay.
I do like Lucky Charms, but they're like so.
Yeah, Lucky Charms are good. They're on there.
Oh, Lucky Charms are good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good.
I used to be so addicted to Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like, probably a good reason for my panza.
Oh my god, it's so hard.
She's going through an existential crisis here, guys.
You can't just ask me that. You can't just ask me that, okay? I usually go to Lucky Charms, so I think that's my old reliable right there. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch is also really good. You can't ask me this. What cartoon character is on Vox at the time?
Of what?
Of like, on Vox.
Of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Well, sometimes SpongeBob will come out with their own Lucky Charms that has like SpongeBob in it, and I'll be like, I like SpongeBob. I like
Last
that.
10 minutes of the
They used
stream.
to have their own ice cream that had like a caramel swirl in it that I liked as a kid, but then they stopped making it, and I'm like, give me
Any
my SpongeBob.
comments, questions?
He's trying to inform you that in a few seconds it will be 10 minutes left of the stream.
I know that. That's why I asked what 60 plus 60 was.
I know. So in like 15 minutes. Or 15 seconds, excuse me.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Hold on.
9,
I'm gonna be the one to say it. I'm gonna be the one to say it. Shut the fuck up, Ronnie. No one's gonna hear you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. No one's listening to you, Bronny.
10 minutes left in the stream. 10 minutes left in the stream. Any last minute comments, questions, exercise, please now forever hold your silence until the next stream. Scream all you want. No one can hear you.
What if I did this? Does this help?
Not really.
No. If anything makes you harder to understand.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Alright, Heather, listen very carefully to my next instructions. It's extremely important. So what you gotta do is make sure that whatever you do, don't look in the other direction. Do not check both ways before crossing the street.
Do you know what he's saying?
Something about not crossing the stream, but I was also reading something about streaming games on your new computer.
I want to stream games. That's what
Yes.
I also just want to really play video games. I have a big, mighty need for
Warframe,
Skyrim.
Heather, Warframe. We have to do more Warframe.
I would like to play Warframe again. Warframe was fun. I describe Warframe as a more fun version of Destiny, and you're gonna be totally lost with your
Yeah, I'm like, what?
But guys, level with me. Destiny my experience with Destiny has been, I played the first Destiny a bit. I started it because my brother-in-law wanted me to start it a lot. So I started playing Destiny, and you're just really dropped in, and I didn't understand everything was going on. It's like, it's just something that just expects you to be immersed, and I have a lot of questions, and I'm like asking my brother-in-law questions like, why is this like this? What is up with this world? And he goes like, oh, you gotta go around and find more books. I'm like, God damn it, why doesn't the main campaign just explain it to me? Why do I have to go finding this stuff up to know what the hell is going on? Why are there different people, but apparently like this blue one, this robot, we're all humans? Why are we all humans? That doesn't make any sense. But apparently, like, the blue humans got exposed to radiation on Mars, and now they're blue, and then the robots somehow have human souls inside of them. What the fuck is that? It's just a what? But the robots were war machines, but then they became people, but somehow they have human souls, and like, Cade has a wife and a child, but I don't know how he has a wife and a child. What the fuck else was there? There was other things, too, and I'm like, what is that? There's also the Fallen that are foreign people, and I'm like, hey, I'm into that, but they're like, yeah, fuck you, we're gonna kick your ass. I'm like, what? Why? And then there was a big ball called the Traveler, and it was just like, I've chosen you, remnants of humanity, to be my bears. And I'm like, well, the Earth's kind of destroyed, but thanks. But then you're in the last city, and then some reason you're on the moon. I don't know what's going on in this game. But, like, you just play it, and you gotta figure it out. And then Destiny 2, you kind of have a better idea what's going on, but then somebody beats the shit out of you and you don't have the lightning more and you can't respawn, but you still do respawn because you gotta get further in the game if you die. So we're doing that, and then you're on a farm, and then you get your light back, and it's not really explained why, and the Traveler's getting killed, and even though it's still just a big fucking orb and we don't get it. And then, like, this one guy kidnapped a priest, I guess, but he's not a priest because it's not a religion, but the Traveler is totally supposed to be fucking God. But then we go to Mars, and I don't know, you still don't know what's happening. Warframe, way easier. Like, you wake up and that's just the beginning of shit. Like, it's just, here's evil empire. You are chosen warrior. Lady that is basically Cortana is gonna talk in your head. Oh no, bad guy put a thing that kills you on your ankle. Better go get him killed so you don't die. A Warframe. Point to point, I get what's happening. I have a ship now. Sweet. Destiny, I don't fucking know what's going on. I play it for my nephew. Okay, so,
And I'm very confused and concerned.
No, dude, I literally explained it to you. That you were supposed to be confused because that is exactly how it was explained to me. It makes no fucking sense. This game makes no fucking sense. But Nathan Fillion is in there and he played Buck in Halo 3 ODST and in Halo 5, and I'm into that shit, so I was into that robot. I wanted to fuck that robot. Then I was like Googling him to see if he was single, and then it says he died, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Oh, damn.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Oh.
My nephew and fuckable robot. Are you fucking me with this?
So the swear jar is gonna be overflowing.
I put some money in there. I heard this. What the? And then they said they killed the kittens in the trailer. I don't know. Have you seen the trailer that has Nathan Fillion robot talking about, like, here's the future. This shit. There's no more puppies. You gotta save the world. And the guy's like, for the puppies. And he's like, follow that guy. There was a commercial that said that. And, like, I'm like, okay, Nathan Fillion, I'll do it for you. And also 5 minutes later, 5 minutes left in the stream. And he asked me to comments, questions, or concerns. You have questions about fucking Destiny, don't you even try me. And, like, you know, just wait until the next stream, I guess. Play Warframe. Play Warframe, it's free. Destiny is free now, but then, like, why did I pay for the disc then if it's free? What did I pay for? I pre-ordered. I have a figurine. Get me that figurine right
Which
there.
one?
The one with the hood that's face down on the desk.
The hood's face down on the desk. Oh,
Next to Hello Kitty in front of the speaker.
Oh, gotcha. This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I'm like, there's also a pony that's face down on the
There's
desk.
fucking Cade. I pre-ordered and got this, and I guess this is what I paid $60 for. This is Nathan Fillion robot that, yeah, I would do. Does he have a penis? I don't know. Can he have babies? Probably not, but he's got a horn. We can get creative, I guess. But yeah, he's got a wrench. He doesn't even use that. He uses guns. But yeah, what did I pay for? I don't know. This fucking game! Bungie! What the fuck happened? What else do you make besides this?
And that has been your the what's that Raging Gamer channel? Angry. Well, no, there's another channel, but that works too. Little angry video
no
gamer.
punctuation? Zero punctuation? I've been watching a lot of him. I think I have a lot of shit stored. There's a lot of scars. He's great.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I do understand, however, the conflict complexity of a attractive actor playing. Well, I guess you don't care that he's a masked robot because that's your thing. But I've had times where I'm like, I'm not supposed to be attracted to this character, but the actor is hot, so
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? This made it even hotter for me because I liked him as Buck, but he was already with somebody, so I wasn't like super hard on for it because I'm like, he's in a committed relationship and he's an old-fashioned man. Buck in character. I don't know about Nathan Fillion the guy, but Buck the character was a very old-fashioned guy and was a one-woman kind of man and was totally gonna, if this chick wasn't like an Oni spy who had her own agenda and stuff, would totally just settle down and marry that bitch. But, you know, I respected him and I respected that relationship, but him, I think he had a wife and child at some point. They might be dead. Those memories might not be real because, again, the whole fucking robot thing. The whole robot thing is very confusing. I'm confused. All I know is that I like this. And I'm just rolling with that.
Fair
I love you. I love you, Ronnie.
No, you don't, Heather. Iris P95 says Heather is upsetty spaghetti.
It's upsetty spaghetti, yes.
Heather has her upsetty spaghetti moment
Yeah.
with fucking Destiny. The only thing I have, the only problem I have with Warframe is that there's nothing for me to lust after. Every other character looks disgusting except for yourself, and you only look good because you're in armor. I would fuck my own character.
There you go.
There we go.
Gamer moment. Yep.
Yeah, it's like what? But yeah, there's no character in Warhammer that I like crave, you know? They're not pandering to me with anything, which is why it's a game I can go in and out of, whatever. But yeah, there's like no big husbando man for me. The enemy that you have to face is disgusting looking, which is why I had no problem kicking his ass. I think I kicked his ass, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Brownie's there, I guess we'll do that.
There you go.
I'm so, Heather, just so you know, I'm gonna clip that rant.
Totally. I don't
You
give a crap.
absolutely should.
We're in the last like 30 seconds here.
No, we're not. We're in the last
It's gonna be the last minute.
last minute.
Last minute of the stream, guys. Any last minutes, comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them now. Forever hold your silence till the next
The
stream.
clock on your
I have one more minute to have another upsetty spaghetti moment. So if you want that,
We're going based on the timer for the stream.
it's more accurate. So
Yeah.
like, we'll be more 2 hours at the dime for this.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
So I guess we should start saying goodnight anyhow, because I don't think we're getting much questions. Say goodnight in alphabetical order. Is Louis still here?
No, he left.
Okay, Bronny, then you go first.
Good night, everyone.
You go next. Night. Good night, everybody, and I want to take this moment to thank my patrons. That'll be DJ Skywalker and Emerald Spencer. Emerald Spencer is the guy who's helping me the most right now with making my PC, so I owe a lot to him, even if it's not working quite yet. He's got me going. So, yeah, if you'd like to join them, I do have a Patreon. I'm sorry if it's not in the description at the moment because putting it up on iPad is weird. But yeah, I do have a Patreon. If you like supporting me there, you pay $10. You can get into my Discord server, and I don't know. I guess I can play video games, and you can see me get really mad about other stuff. I have a lot to say when I get the time to talk about it. Don't have much people to talk about it without. And if for even less than that, you can get me to do a kazoo cover, which I think I made the limit like 1 or 2 minutes, which is a lot longer than you think. I know because I've recorded that length of time to have one. It's supposed to be coming out. Of course, with a PC, it's without a PC, it's kind of hard to make it come out. But yeah. If you think I'm just worth a one-time donation, nah, no donations. I've put enough in the swear jade. I put enough in the swear jar tonight. You don't need any more curse words from me tonight. But hey, follow me on Twitter if you want more updates on the stream. I've had a great time tonight. I had time to rant. Talked about feminism, sexism in the system, girl power. Woo! I don't know why y'all hate Captain Marvel. Anyways, it's been a great stream, and I hope you all have a great night. Happy Saturday. Bye. How do I hang up?
I don't know.
Ah! How do you stop?
Try the triple dots, maybe.
I'm trying the not
And then I'll do
doing
it.
it.
Oh wait,
Ah!
wait. No, that doesn't do
What's
anything.
this do?
No, we could put it in sepia tone. That's we may be streaming forever, guys. I hope that's not a problem.
Oh, we got a live chat on there.
Oh, we could-
I could have if knife.
If
came.
knife would come in.
Yeah. What's button?
Button.
How did I
Who's
do